Evening guys, Dan here from Sea Fishing Fanatics. Just thought I'd make a video to show you how I make my plaice rig. So without further ado, let's crack on. So first off, we use a Gemini Cox and Rule, rig clip. Okay, so that's what we're going to start off with. Cox and Rule rig clip. All right, and onto that, I'm going to put not a huge amount. I'd say I generally go by the length of your arm. You know, it doesn't need to be huge. These are only plaice. They're not big fish. So just so you guys can see, I'm using the Rovex 10X. All right, 60-pound shock. And what we're going to do is we're going to tie that onto there just with a simple blood knot. All right, nothing too fancy. I know there's guys out there which will say, oh, you've got to use this knot and you've got to use that knot, and well, I've never had one of these knots fail on me. The line, you know, anyway, I've lost a fish is if the fish has gone into a snag and got me snagged up, or if the line has snapped. I've never had the actual knot go. So next, I use a little Gemini swivel link clip. Just one like that. It's a little link clip like that. Okay. What I do first is I put on a small bead. All right. So before I put that swivel link clip on, I put on a small bead. Okay, either side of that, and then that small bead helps protect the knots. Okay. All right, that helps protect the knots on there, and then on goes your little swivel link. Okay, and then we put another little bead after that, again, just to protect the knot on the other end. All right, so what that looks like is you've got your rig clip, and then you've got your rig clip, and then you've got your little link clip and two beads either side, just so that helps protect the knot. All right, and then on from that, we go for a standard 80-pound Gemini swivel. That's nice and easy. It's a normal 80-pound Gemini swivel. All right, tie that onto the end. Again, just with a simple blood knot, 4 times around because the line's quite thick. If I can give you a tip when you're trying to do knots, always put a little bit of saliva on the knot before you try and pull the knot tight. That just helps. That helps the knot glide and makes it a lot easier for you to use. Let this car go by. Alright, so that's what we've got so far. So we've got our Cox and Rule link clip, rig clip, then comes down to a bead, and then we've got our link clip, and then we've got another bead, and that comes down to our 80-pound Gemini swivel. Next to go on, I like to use Sunset 40-pound Amnesia. Okay, this is the memory-free stuff, because when I was trying to use like Rovex 10X as the hook length, as you went to go and do obviously clip the rig up, the line always used to come back curled up. But since I've been using this, it's been absolutely brilliant. I haven't had one that's come back covered up, so I can say that is really good stuff. Again, a little bit of saliva. Dropped it. Always use a little bit of saliva. Helps that knot come down nice and easily and nice and neat. Alright. Cut off the little tag end. Okay. And then again, hook length, you don't want it particularly long, you know. It's not like we're trying to go for rays or anything like that, which you've got to be cautious of them possibly feeling the weight. So again, the length of your arm, a little bit longer if you want, but I wouldn't go too much more than that. Chop that off. So what I do here is I use a little crimp. I'll show you in the bag because it'll be easier to see in the bag with the little crimps. Okay. And what this does is it just stops the beads and the worms shooting up the line as you cast and as obviously the rig hits into the water. You can get a special tool to crimp these up, but I'll just use a pair of pliers. It's not a problem. Next, then on goes some beads. Just going to grab a couple of beads out. Okay. Going to get some beads out. Sorry guys, I should have been a bit more organised. So beads, I always use black and green. That has always caught me my place. Right, black and green. I don't know why. It's just a thing that they like. All right, so we have a few black and green beads going up. All right, so remember we put that crimp on there first. See it in the middle. All right, so we're going to put a load of black and green beads up. I always go black, green, black, green, black, green. I haven't tried it just doing a bunch of black and a bunch of green. I mean that might work, but personally I've always just done it in order. So we're going to put a few of these up. Okay, a couple more. So we've got a nice bit of colour on that. Because plaice are generally attracted by sight rather than smell. So if they can see something with a bit of colour, that will make them want to come over and see what it is. Alright. So there we go. Alright, so okay, so we've got a nice bit of colour on there, alright. Like that. And then we're going to go with a size 2.0 Camazan hook. Alright. Nothing big because plaice obviously don't have that big a mouth. I only use a single hook for these. The rest of my fishing I generally use a pennel, but for my plaice I just use a single. Again, simple blood knot, just to tie it on with. Chop off the tag end. Get some sharper scissors. There we go. Right, now comes in this crimp. Okay, so what I do is I grab the line, okay, put it all the way down, and then I guide by how many worms. So I'm only going to put up a couple of worms at a time, so I think a gap like that between the hook and the beads is going to be ample for a few worms to go up and to get a nice bit of smell. Okay, and all I do is I use my forceps here, okay, put it right into the end. Okay, and these crimps, okay, you don't want to go mad with these crimps, alright, because they can end up damaging the line if you try and do it too much. So it's just enough either side just to crimp it so it's not going to move, so your weight's not going to your bait, sorry, is not going to shoot up the line. So now, as you can see, I've got a nice gap between there, so I can fit up a few worms, and I've got a nice bit of colour on there as well. All right, so that's it, guys. That's how I make my my plaice rigs. Thanks for watching. Obviously, hopefully we're gonna be out soon, and hopefully there'll be some more plaice. But in the meantime, stay home, stay safe, and hopefully we will all be back out soon. Nice one. Cheers.